Hey everybody, GameDad7 here. I want to give you a review of the DualSense Edge PS5 controller. I've had it since release in January of 2023 and pretty much used it every day, whether it was on PC or PS5. So I can give you a pretty good idea of whether this thing is really worth the $200, whether you really need it, and what kind of cool functions it does and how it's going to help you as a gamer. Let's take a look.
All right off the bat, let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way.
$200?
Yep, 200 ducats for this bad boy. Now, if we look at comparisons, so the regular DualSense, it's actually got a $5 price increase. We're looking at $75 for the white DualSense. Comparisons out there, we're looking at the Scuff Reflex, that's $200. We're looking at the PDP Vitrix, that's $178, so $180. And then looking at the Razer Wolverine version 2, that's $249.99. So talking comparables is right there with price point. Now, a big factor for this for me, $200 as opposed to $75 DualSense. I've had to buy multiple DualSenses because I've gotten the stick drift before. With the DualSense Edge, the thumbsticks are replaceable. It's only 20 bucks. So that'll save you a little bit of money. Now we've got an elephant out of the room with price. Let's take a look what's in the box. All right off the bat, I love the way this controller feels. I'm a big DualSense fan. The Edge just feels even better. Nice clicky thumbsticks. You've got your function buttons there at the bottom, and I'll show you how those work. You got the PlayStation symbols there across the touchpad, and you've got them across the triggers. I try to keep this thing clean, but I don't know how to keep those symbols clean on the back. If you do, let me know, please. As you can see here, here's the adaptive triggers. So you've got strong, medium, and light as far as the sensitivity here. As I'm changing the button, you can see how the trigger itself reacts to how I'm changing it. At the bottom, you've got your much needed back buttons. I've actually customized it. I've used two different types of back buttons. They pop out really easily and you can swap them in. One's like a short stubby like button one. The other one's actually a long, more like a paddle. I really enjoy having the different ones so I could swap them out and use different features on them. If you enjoy the way the DualSense feels, you're going to like the Edge. If you're not a fan of the DualSense, you're probably not going to like the way it feels. It's pretty similar. Comes with this nice carrying case. It's a nice hard plastic. I use it whenever I move it around the house in case it drops. Saves you from knocking it around and getting more drift. Here's where you can store all your extra buttons. The thumbsticks here come in different height variations, so depending on what type of game you're playing, you can change them out. They're actually really easy to pop on and off, and you can see the height difference here. I'll show you. You just take it and twist it and pull it up. Pretty easy to just pop back on and off, and they work just the same. You put them in, twist it, push. Now we go back to the box here. You can see this little box that it comes with. You actually, if you want to hardwire your controller, you can actually lock the USB-C into the back of the controller so that way it won't come out if you're playing competitive games. I don't really use this much. I'm not that hardcore, but if you wanted to, the option's there for you. On the back, you can actually remove this little spot. It's a Velcro, and then you can charge the controller while it's in the box too. So you can use it as a display storage too. Here's the braided wire that it comes with, really thick, really high quality cable. And as I said, it can get locked in with that little box that it comes with, the little mechanism. Now this bottom glossy faceplate part pops off. On the back here, you can see there's a release switch. That's in case you want to change the thumbsticks or if you have drift and need to swap them out. Also on the back, you can see on the sides here, the grips are really nice. It's much more textured and it fits in your hand better. I really enjoy that. Now the programmable features, let's take a look at that. While you're playing the PS5, you simply press one of these function buttons here at the bottom, hold it down, and then press the options button. It pulls up this menu here for you. You can set custom profiles based off of what games you are. You can see that I have Elden Ring, Helldivers 2, Destiny 2. You can create new profiles really easily, name it whatever you want. I recommend like I do, where you name it after a game, and then you can go in and set custom button profiles for it. The PC actually has its own app now that does the same thing, so you can set custom profiles on the PC, which is really nice. And to swap them, you just hold the function button and press one of the face buttons that's assigned to it. As you can see here, you've got more customization with the dead zone sensitivity on the stick. You can also do the same with the triggers, adjust the dead zone sensitivity of those as well. And then you can really get granular with it and adjust the vibration control. You can adjust the trigger effect sensitivity, how strong it is. And that's in addition to the button on the back that lets you change the sensitivity of the adaptive triggers.
So let's talk about, is it worth it, right? We've reviewed everything as far as the function of the controller, what it comes with, how it works, how it feels. For $200, I really think it depends on how much use you're going to get out of it. If you play a lot of video games, you're going to get a lot of use out of this. The buttons on the back alone that are mappable have helped me so much in games like Dark Souls, Destiny, Helldivers, any game where you don't want to take your fingers off of the face buttons while you're playing. The adaptive triggers are really awesome. Sometimes if I'm playing something like Apex or Destiny for a long time, I want a light aim trigger, and I want an even lighter trigger finger to be able to just really pop off shots. If I'm using something like a single shot, to be able to swap between the profiles is awesome. I play a lot of Destiny on PC, so it's great to have those extra buttons. Like I can slide in combat without moving my fingers around. I can also toss a grenade without taking my fingers off of the aim button. So it really depends. Now, if you don't really play the PlayStation that much, or if you're not finding, like in Dark Souls, you don't want to have to switch your health potions or spells on the fly while you're in combat, and you're not struggling with that, and you're okay with just hitting left and right on the buttons, I really wouldn't worry about spending $200 over the DualSense. I will say though, one of the major factors, I mentioned this early in the video, I've already had to buy replacement DualSenses because of the stick drift. With this controller, it's kind of an investment when you think about it, because you can replace the thumbsticks for only 20 bucks as opposed to having to buy an entire new DualSense. So going through two DualSenses, you're already getting close to the price of this. Depending on how much you play, maybe this in the long run will end up actually saving you money. But that's the long and short of it when it comes to the DualSense Edge. I personally love this controller. It may not be for you. It might be an amazing thing for you. Only you can tell. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. Check a look at my channel, subscribe, hang around, ask some questions, share this to anybody who you know that is interested in the DualSense, or maybe you're not interested in the DualSense and you want to make your point, so you want to share my video too. So either way, I appreciate you spending the time to watch, and I'll catch you on the next one.